Hi everyone and welcome to episode 30 of the Ask the Coach show. I'm Jeff Plum and as always I have with me Super Coach Alois Rosario. Welcome Alois.
Thanks, Jeff. And gee, it is nice to see you back, Jeff, after yesterday's episode. You, you, you
Yes, it was early in the morning. I needed a bit of a rest, so I thought I'd let you finish off the show.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you. I'm glad you got a bit of extra sleep.
And you did a great job too. Well done. Um,
Thanks, Jeff.
Yes, so we do have an exciting show for you today. And first up, we want to talk about the PingSkills question of the day. So yesterday we asked, should they tinker with the rules or continually evolve the rules? So what are your thoughts on this one, Alois?
Yeah, I think it's good to change the rules and try to keep up with the world. I mean, personally, I love the games up to 11 now. If they were still playing up to 21, I think we would be missing out on something. Games up to 11, a little bit quicker, a little bit more exciting with each game. Love it. So,
Okay, there you go. I guess, yeah, I agree. You need to be looking at rules because otherwise, like you said, if you get caught out and stuck with something that's not good, like I really think there should be a bit of focus on the service rule now and simplifying that area. I did prefer the games up to 21, so I'm not going to like all the rule changes, but in general, I think it's a good thing for a sport to be looking at the rules. So that moves us on to the PingSkills question for today, which is, should you beat a weaker opponent 11-0 if you can? Okay, that's an interesting one. So leave your comments and we'll see what you'll say. All right, Alois. The first question is from George, and George says, I am a lefty. Lately, a righty has been serving down my forehand side, and I automatically return to his backhand, for which he kills me most of the time. I stand to the middle of the table on his service and find myself tripping over my feet. What is George to do, Alois?
Okay, George, I can relate to this one perfectly. Being a lefty, so when the righty serves to you out, swing away from your forehand, it can be a really awkward ball. Couple of things. One, make sure that you don't get too close to the ball by turning or crossing your feet over, because when you do that, then you're really compromising your position. So when you're returning that ball, have a nice basic stance. Just move over a little bit with your, I'll try to do this with my hands, but just try to move over a little bit with your left foot so that you're across and covering the angle of the ball. The next important thing is, so you're talking about trying to get that ball down the line. Now, to get that ball down the line, you need to open up your wrist this way. All right. So if you've got your wrist closed, the bat's going to aim straight back to their backhand side. So really open up the wrist and push that ball down the line as you're playing your top spin stroke. So open it up, push it down that way, and then you'll start to get the ball to go down the line a little bit more, which can be really, really effective. I know that as a left-hander, okay, when the right-hander serves that ball out to their forehand, they're almost out there and pivoting on their backhand side, ready for the return. So if you can play that ball down the line, okay, you can catch them out quite a bit.
Yes, good advice. And for all those right-handers playing left-handers, it's the same. If the left-hander's serving out wide to you, the same advice applies. And like Ella said, that one down the line can be really effective. It is hard to do. So another option, if you're having trouble with that, is to even play sort of to the middle area, which can also be effective. But try all the options and see what works best for you. All right, good question, George. The next question, Alois, is from Tarindu, who asks, can I attack a heavy backspin with a flat shot without topspin? Once I hit a backspin flat, batted it and placed it on the table like a smash, but it doesn't work on loose backspins. Can I hit the ball like that?
Well, Thrindu, you can hit the ball like that, but it's a much more risky stroke if you're doing it, because the backspin is going to want to drag the ball down. So you've got to get the angle of your racket exactly right to get that ball on the table. Because you're not generating topspin, the ball is going really flat. So you need to have a perfect straight line from your racket to the table. If you can put some topspin on the ball, then the ball is doing that. It's looping up and dipping down onto the table, and you've got much more margin for error over the net. And Thrindu, like I see a lot of players trying to play this shot. Okay, table tennis is more about the spin, and if you develop the top spin, it's going to be a much better stroke. So you might get, you know, a few shots on when you smash it, but develop the top spin. You're going to be much better off later on.
Yeah, great advice there, Alois. And I think with questions like this, you can always look at the top players in the world and see what they do. And off a backspin ball, I mean, virtually never do they try and smash it. They always go for the top spin. So develop your top spin, and your game will be much better for it, Thrindu. Good question again. So Shay has got a question for us now. And the question is, I was wondering if the glue you use makes a difference to the speed of the bat, and does it affect the spin, or are all glues the same?
Yeah, so Shay, the new water-based glues are basically all the same. You're not going to get more speed or less speed from different types of glue. So here what we're talking about is the glue that you use underneath the sponge to glue the rubber to the wood. Yeah, no, the water-based glues now are basically the same, but if you were thinking about using the old speed glues, okay, then you do get more speed from them. However, they're illegal, and they're also quite harmful to you. So stay away from those speed glues. Use the water-based glues. Doesn't really matter which one you use. They're all pretty much the same, or much of a muchness.
Okay, great. Thank you, Shay. All right, now the next question is from Sean, and Sean said, during a match that I had, I made a smash and the ball broke during the impact, making me miss my shot. Would it be a let or my opponent's point?
Yeah, so usually that would be called a let, and in the ITTF regulations, there is something in there under the rules for a let. So if the playing conditions change, so that's a real change with the playing conditions. So the ball isn't operational anymore; it's broken, it's gone. So yes, in most situations that will be a let. You know, again, there's always this issue of, you know, who's the umpire. If it's an official umpire, usually they will call a let because they know that rule. If it's your friend or you know, someone from another team umpiring that's just sitting there and counting the scores, you know, that then it becomes a little bit more tricky, as a lot of the table tennis rules do. But yeah, it should be a let because you haven't had a proper chance to play the shot.
Yes, it's good to know that there's actually a rule in there to cover that, Alois, because I would have thought that, you know, most players would have called that a let, but I didn't know if there was an official rule in there, so it's good to know about that rule. I think...
Yeah, and there has been reports with the new plastic balls of this happening a bit, hasn't there? So, I mean, with the old celluloid balls, I mean, you can say like it happened once every, you know, 50, 60 matches. But with these new celluloid balls, I mean, I haven't seen it myself, but I mean, players have been talking about the ball just like, you know, almost disintegrating or blowing apart. So again, once the manufacturing of these gets better, I'm sure we won't have those. I hope we won't have those problems. But yeah, it might be a rule that comes up at the moment.
Indeed, and one thing that I have seen happen is a little bit of rubber or something has come off someone's bat onto the table, and I've seen the ball hit that and sort of go off at right angles during the match.
Yeah, usually that's just play on. Unfortunately, yeah, they don't really call that as a let. Whereas probably you could start to think about it being a let. But I mean, sometimes you do get just little bit strange bounces on the table. So if you called a let every time that happened, it'd be difficult to police. So I think that's probably why they don't do that. But yeah, you do often see just, I mean, it doesn't take much, a little speck of dirt or as you say, a little bit of rubber that's come off a bat does really affect the bounce of the ball, and the ball can shoot down or almost go sideways.
Yes, and that's what happened in the game that I saw. It was just play on. Excellent. Well, thanks for that question, Sean. Interesting questions today. Keep your questions coming. You can either ask them on our Google Plus page using the Q&A app for the episode, or you can ask questions, as always, at our website, www.pingskills.com, and go to the Ask the Coach section. We love answering your questions, so keep them coming. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, PingSkillers, and thank you again, Supercoach Alois.
And thanks, Jeff, for hanging around for the whole episode. Much appreciated.
No problem. All right, catch you all tomorrow.
Bye.